My name is Frank Ally. I'm a California attorney primarily focusing on family law issues. Now let's get started. Welcome to the third episode of our discussion of ATROs. If you missed the first two episodes, you probably want to watch them before you watch this, and you can see those by clicking on the links above. There are exceptions to the automatic temporary restraining orders. The first is you can always get the written consent of the other party to do the things you want to do. But you also have the ability to continue to operate for the necessities of life or in the usual course of business. If you look on the screen here below, I've actually written out the third restraining order, which specifically says that you can do things in the usual course of business or for the necessities of life. Necessities of life include housing, food, children, things you do on a regular basis. So paying your mortgages is okay. You don't need permission for that. Paying utilities, you don't need permission for that. Taking the children to childcare, you don't need permission for that. It also allows you to operate for the usual course of business. So if you're a business owner, you continue to operate your business as you did prior to the dissolution commencing. Now, if you have expenses that go outside of what's called the necessities of life or usual course of business, those would be considered extraordinary expenses. You still can proceed by paying extraordinary expenses, but you have to give the other party 5 days written notice. That's 5 working days written notice. If you do that, that gives the other party 5 days to go to court and seek an emergency order to stop you from doing extraordinary expenses. But if they don't, you're allowed to still incur extraordinary expenses. You will be subject to scrutiny later on those expenses, and they may all be attributed to you. So you have to keep a written record for the court and accounting that will be needed later. Also considered in the necessity of life is the payment to your own attorney. Lawyers wrote these things, so of course they carved out an exception that you can pay your attorney fees to them. These standard family law restraining orders discussed in this episode are not bad things. They're designed to keep everybody honest and on a level playing field. Please remember, whether you're starting the divorce or the recipient of the divorce, make sure you stay on the right side of the law and follow these restraining orders. Divorces can be complicated or divorces can be easy. Knowledge of the law and knowledge of the process can make a complicated divorce easier. Drama and a lack of understanding can make an easy divorce more complicated. The more complicated we make a divorce, the more expensive it is and the more it's going to cost you, both in money and emotional well-being. This series of videos is calculated to help you gain the general knowledge that you need so you can understand the law and the process a little better. If you find these videos helpful, subscribe to our station. If you know somebody who's going through the process and you're not sure how to help them, consider having them subscribe to us as well. My name is Frank Ally, and I'm your ally in family law.